Hello and welcome, and this is Japan. I don't know why I fumbled my name like I always do. Um, yeah, so I figured we would go into who I feel like is going to dethrone every current women's champion. I'm going to do the same thing with the men's. I did it in like a tier list form because it's just a little easier to show because I don't really have the like I'd have to get the pictures and stuff, and I don't normally have that much time to like to edit that well, which I'm going to try to get better and work on it. But this is, currently we have a representative of each women's championship, including the new North American one that has nobody at the moment of this video. This is of 421, like, so we have the draft coming. We have Backlash. We have what is it? NXT's premium live event. So we kind of have that type of stuff. So we're going to basically from there decide who we're going to think is going to take on the title. First up, we got the WWE Women's Champion Bayley. She's currently with Naomi and Tiffany Stratton, kind of having kind of a rivalry going with them. I don't think either one of them pulls the title off of her. I think we'll get a good weekend, or not good weekend, a good couple weeks of rivalries, and I think depending on how the scheme of how the landscape changes, my feeling, and this is maybe not the most popular opinion, I feel like it's going to be a quick change, like somebody's going to take it off of her and get cashed in on. I think with the Money in the Bank, my feeling, it's going to be Io. I think Io does defeat her at some point in the foreseeable future, maybe SummerSlam, and I think she maybe gets cashed in on, kind of a remnants of what happened last year. I possibly, if not my number one contender to like my second choice, if I had to, I would possibly think that it could be Dakota Kai, if that's what they're going to decide. I don't really feel that it's going to be, but I still feel like Io has a chance to get it back. I don't think it's going to be a long reign. I think Io had her chance, and I think they kind of, I still want to do a video on that too, because it's just like, I think her title reign was very interesting, of like the goods, the bads, and the uglies of it. So I think that's where I feel at the moment my thought is Io Sky. I think we'll do these videos, semi regularly, because a lot of things change, even just from like one Raw. Everything can change. The draft can change everything. But that is what my feeling is, that it's a Damage Control member, and I believe it's going to be Io, but I could also see Dakota Kai possibly also being in there, and maybe even a triple threat, and thinking that they would have the things stacked against her. So that's what I'm going. Current champion of the heavyweight title was Rhea Ripley. It's going to be vacated, and it's going to be by a battle royale. I did a video on it if you want to see that, where I ranked everybody, and this is coming out not probably the day after it, so you guys probably already know, so this could be wrong. So I'm going to go with Becky Lynch. That's who I think has the most ability to. Possibly we also have Nia Jax and Liv Morgan, but I think Becky's the one. But any of these three women can possibly already have the championship, and the next time we do this, we'll change it to who will beat them. I believe it's going to be Becky, but would not surprise me if either one of these threes have it. Next up would be the NXT Women's Championship. There's two ways that I think this might happen. One, if Roxanna Perez gets drafted, I think she vacates the title. I don't know if she necessarily would drop it, but I think there's a possibility. But if she doesn't, I think the only woman on their roster is that's kind of in that area. I don't know if it's necessarily, possibly like that it's going to happen, but I think Lyra Valkyria takes her on and beats her again. Or not beats her again, but beats her. I think that's kind of where they go it. Possibly if Lyra gets called up, they're going to have to pick somebody else. But I have a feeling that's just how it's going to go. I think she's going to vacate it, and then it's going to be a tournament. And if that's the case, I think they're going to go with somebody to try to lead the future into the women's division. And I could not tell you exactly who I think that would be. I think it would be somebody coming down, from the WWE. And if that is the case, I think, I could be wrong with this, but I'm thinking, looking at the roster, that it might be a Natalya. I don't know. I just have this weird feeling that they've been kind of hinting at it for a while now, that she's been wanting the title and doing that. They could possibly do that as a bridge champion to somebody else. that could get extremely over by beating a veteran and all that if they want to do that rate, like the rate that they're going with stuff. Next up, we got the tag team champions, which is Asuka and Kairi Sane. For whatever reason, this tier list didn't have Asuka, so Kairi is the only one that's representing. I think this one's pretty easy. It's going to be Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. I think they've kind of set it up. I don't think they even survive if not before Backlash, at Backlash. I think that's going to be where it ends for them. It's unfortunate, but I think that's where they've been setting it up to go, and I think that's where it is. So I guess that's where we'll see it. I think they win pretty handily there. I don't really even have a second option because I think that's just where it is. And I think they either last very long or to win, Jade turns on Bianca to set up a bigger rivalry, which could very well be all the way into WrestleMania next year. Next up, we got the brand new North American title. I think it's between two people. At least how I see it, I think the number one choice would be like a Nikita Lyons or a Lola Vice. Like those would be the top two choices. Possibly Gigi Dolan being the third option because of where she's at. I think one of these three women will be it. I think Lola Vice would be my number one choice for it, but I could see Nikita also really being in there. So we'll see. And that's kind of what it was. I didn't think there was going to be too much on these championships because there's a lot of stuff up in the air. And I think after Raw and after this week and after the draft, I'll have to do this video again. And I think we'll have a lot better. But sound off in the comments what you guys think. I think the biggest question mark one to me is definitely the WWE Championship because Bayley's so early in her run that she hasn't really set a precedent of where she's going to go with it. So it could either, could be anything. But tell me what you guys think. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.